Richard, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience at MSI, particularly, from the perspective of the dean, which I think for a CIO, the dean is a natural predator. So I'd be really interested to hear more about how you really got things engaged and working on your campus.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
We got you. You're good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ann. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Richard Allo, and I have the honor of being the Dean of Science and Technology here at Florida A&M University. With this presentation, we want to applaud the outreach undertaken by the National Science Foundation Pacific Research Platform Grant and its impact on our HBCUs and MSIs, our minority serving institutions. We also applaud the guidance offered by our colleagues at California Institute of Telecommunications and Information Technology over the years to get us to this new and great opportunity to broaden participation in STEM and to assist us in overcoming the vast underrepresentation of historically underrepresented minorities, and especially African Americans at the PhD level. Here's something of my background, some of my positions and my experience that have allowed me to work for the advancement of our historically underrepresented minority students and faculty. As you can see from here, I've been back on that slide there. I have been both at HSIs and at HBCUs, and also worked very closely with some of the tribal colleges. Again, our vision and our recognition of our collaborations with and impact of both the Pacific Research Platform and the other national science toward a national research platform. So working collaboratively, we wish to equalize the playing field with guidance and assistance from the Pacific Research Platform and the TNRP. So what has been our path for inclusion? What are we striving for? Where are we now? And then let's have an example and then and talk a little bit more about where we're going. The tragedy, as you can see here, is that when you look at the number of PhDs awarded, 3,957 PhDs awarded in 2016 for math, statistics, and computer science. 3.8% of them were awarded to African Americans, for example. And you can see from the graph similar type data there. So what we strive for our institutions to have as much as possible, even playing field. Hence our HBCUs and MSIs must be in communication and capable of significant collaborations. We strive to have them on the national research platform. Most of us are here on the East Coast, hence educating our minority serving institutions on national networking and development of their cyber infrastructure and the opportunities this provides to meet the national challenges is our priority. And this is what we're striving for. Let's go back one slide here. And why are HBCUs and HSIs and TSUs, why are they important? Our HBCUs produce 25% of the batch, as you can see from this chart, of the bachelor's degrees, STEM degrees. And our 170 institutions represent 3% of the institutions of higher learning in the United States. So you can see we do make a dramatic impact. I can say the same about our HSIs and of course our tribal colleges. And hence we have this is an important contribution to broadening participation. Here you can see that the second National Research Platform Conference that went on from August 6th to 8th in 2018 provided major motivation for our MSI engagement. 30 MSIs, HBCUs, HSIs, TCUs, plus a pre-conference training really helped us to understand what the needs are for our MSIs. It was an important crossroads in our goal in helping to tear down a wall between research and teaching. And we learned what most of our NSIs needed. And it laid the foundation for a new direction, an MSI consortium for cyber infrastructure. So this is what that consortium looks like. It's a data and computing infrastructure for historically Black colleges, Hispanic serving institutions, and tribal colleges. And our colleague from Internet 2 will talk more about this a little later, Anna Hunziker. I want to move up a little bit and then come back here to an example first, and I'll go back to those previous slides. Here we have an example of how the NSF uh, Pacific Research Platform and towards the National Research Platform impacted two HBCUs, technical Navajo Tech, and an HSI, the University of Houston downtown. So you see we've impacted Jackson State University and FAMU, our two HBCUs, Navajo Tech, and University of Houston downtown, which is a Hispanic serving institution. The PRP has been very much involved and very much influential in social diversity and computer science and broadening participation. And our collaborations with Cal IT2, the California Institute of Telecommunications and Information Technology, really assisted us in mentoring and collaborating on developing one of the first PhDs in computational and data-enabled science and engineering at an HBCU, Jackson State University, in 2014. Which I instituted there, coming from the National Science Foundation. We're replicating that at the Florida A&M University, hopefully in 2022. But here are the first 5 PhDs. This makes a very, very interesting point. Those first 3 individuals, as you can see, all of them are doing fantastic work in postdoctoral positions. Those first 3 actually are non-traditional, very non-traditional students. And it makes a case in point that I like to make that big data science and engineering allows us to bring non-traditional students to STEM from backgrounds that are not traditionally in STEM. Those first 3 don't have a background in computer science and statistics or in mathematics. They brought the tools of computing and statistics in mathematics to a domain, and they worked in those domains and got outstanding results.
Richard, I just want to jump in a second. We are running short on time, and I want to give a little bit of room for some discussion. So if you could kind of pull together, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. So that's making a point here that how this type of work, how PRP can really impact the democratization and also the improving and broadening our participation in STEM. For example, this is the kind of tools that we've used. They're not just for images, but also to see and visualize big data. But let me go back a couple slides here because in putting together the minorities serving cyber infrastructure consortium, we really needed to understand what our community needs, and our major survey was undertaken amongst our institutions. And that survey really came up with some very, very interesting results. And it showed us that if we're going to enter the world of cyber infrastructure and big data, science and engineering, which can really impact broadening our participation in STEM, as I showed you with those students there. These are some of the things that our HBCUs and MSIs need. But it's even more, more interesting to see from this frequency of words chart, how they come out, what our must-haves are and what our barriers to our must-have are. And so prior to the NSF Pacific Research Platform, the proposed minority serving cyber infrastructure consortium built upon successes of several NSF major investments. And you can see those there, starting back from 1999 with the advanced networking with MSIs. Then we went into an MSI Cyber Infrastructure Institute in 2001. And then in 2005, the Minority Serving Institution Cyber Infrastructure Empowerment Coalition. So that brought us forward, and here we are. And we really want to thank the Pacific Research Platform for engaging and preparing for major networking capabilities and helping our MSIs to leapfrog into this great opportunity for innovating our curriculum and helping us undertake a statewide initiative, which is artificial intelligence and data science across the curriculum being promoted
Richard,
in our state
thank
universities.
you.